Welcome back, awesome H.A.C.K.S fans and subscribers. I have here some Kaiyodo capsule eggs. This should be for the skeletons and the pirate range. So, should have all 4 skeletons and all accessory eggs here. Let's open up and have a look, one at a time. Okay, tape's gone. So here I have a blue luminous skeleton, but I won't open him just yet. He looks the same as the other skeletons, like the military ones, but I will open another one a bit later. Okay, let's put him to the side there, and it shows us here the different skeletons. I want to get that one, obviously, and you can see here the pirate accessories, which I'm hopefully will have in another egg. Let's go for let's go from left to right. Here we have pirate accessories. So, well, that's disappointing. There's a cannon, but the cannon is tiny. But there are other stuff there, which does look pretty damn good for you 118 collectors and particularly customizers. So we have here like a pirate's handkerchief for the head. Now it does have a peg inside because it's supposed to fit on these skeletons, but you can cut that peg off. We have a sword and this cannon. Now the cannon, yeah, that's tiny. That's way too small. The sword is actually really quite nice. In fact, if I get a Cobra Commander, you see how tiny the cannon, that's just ridiculous. And the sword, though, is a really good scale for him, though his hands might be a bit big to hold his sword. Let me see. Yeah, I'll need a different hand sculpt to hold this sword. Let's try again. Okay, so you can hold it just about. The sword is a great scale for your action figures, your 118. Okay, and that will fit on the head. We'll look at that and I'll get another skeleton out later. Excuse me. Let's put this one over there as well. Okay, next. I've got here, the skeleton I wanted. This one looks particularly skeleton-like, being a proper bone colour, and also having some inking. And he comes, I thought it was a spare hand. It's not a spare hand, his hand is loose. Let's have a look and see if there any major difference between these and the other skeletons that we've seen previously. And his foot's come loose as well there. Okay, so he looks the same. Let's push his hand in. Neck articulation looks different. It's now lower down on the neck. The jaw still opens and closes. Shoulders are still on the ball. Then you get a slight movement. Biceps are a ball, is okay. Hands are a ball as well. Feet are a ball, and the hips are a ball. Everything's ball joint on these. Whether that's easier to produce, I don't know, or cheaper. Let's put it on again. He looks a tad small, but that's okay because skeletons are smaller than bodies since they don't have the flesh. Stand up. Now the feet are smaller than these, so balancing can be quite tough. Okay, he's up. If I get Cobra Commander again, you can see that he's actually quite small compared to Cobra Commander, but the scale is still good for dios and so forth. This pirate, yeah, he looks well piratey. That pirate handkerchief hat on him now. That's pretty damn cool. But I would be cutting out that peg in the future using it on other figures. This is a nice looking skeleton. It'll go very well with your boss fight studio skeletons, your Vitruvian hacks and fantasy or sci-fi. Just dead in the background. Pretty cool. Next egg we have black skeleton. Same thing. I won't open him just yet. So that's 3 skeletons. Next I have, oh, that is nice. Another cannon, which again is too small, but there is a keg for your rum or your whiskey or whatever you want to put in there. Let's have a look at these. The cannon's tiny again. And another sword. Okay. Let's look. So, the sword, is it the same or no? It's different. Nothing else in there. So we have this sword, more of a cutlass. This sword, more of a fine fencing sort of sword, more for stabbing. Pretty cool. We have this cannon, which is the one I just got now, which is tiny, and we have this cannon. You can see that they're very small, too small. I was hoping for bigger cannons, but what is nice is we have this barrel. It's got a bit of weight to it, this keg. That barrel is really nice, and that can be cast quite easily because it's quite simple as well to make other barrels. Now, compared to the skeleton, it's a little bit short. It's about up to his knee, which is fine. Compared to Cobra Commander, it'd be a bit small again, but that's still a good barrel. That's still a very nice barrel size for your booze, your loot, whatever. I do like that. Next we have, what is it? Oh, we have a treasure chest. And a lantern, and goblets, and another hat. Excuse me. As you may guess, I'm a bit sick. Got a cough and a bit of a fever, but I'm still here making videos for you guys, so that's how I roll. Boop. Treasure chest, very nice, and it opens. And the scale is pretty good. Let me just use Cobra Commander. If he'll stand up for me. Because his limbs are quite loose. You get the idea. The scale is good on the chest. Again, good for your boss fight studios if you're choosing hats and so forth. We have another hat. I'll fit it on him since he's got the head for it. Again, that looks pretty cool. That could be for male or female. We have our lantern, which I'm liking as well. Again, that would be quite easy to cast and make copies of. And that's pretty cool. You could hold it there and light the way. Very nice. And we have 2 goblets to drink your wine out of. Now these are very small, so you need to have quite a closed grip to hold these. Cobra Commander's got a gun hand, so he can, and the other hand is maybe a bit too, yeah, he can only hold it in one hand, but the goblet looks really nice. Again, it's a bit small, but it actually works really, really well. That's really nice. Next bag, 2 more to go. So it'll be 1 skeleton, hopefully, and one more accessory set, which is here. So what do I have here? I have wheel for a boat, which is nice. A flintlock musket pistol, which is nice. Is it tricorner or tricolor? I forget. The triangle hat, which is great, and a hook hand, which will work with the skeletons but not other figures because the joint system is slightly different. So you could, again, cast that hook hand and modify, or just modify this one if you're not into doing casting. But I'd rather cast it and save this one. Okay, let's get this hook hand out. This hook hand looks quite large, in fact almost too large for the skeleton. The musket pistol looks really, really good. Really good. Though it doesn't have a drilled barrel. It's indented but not drilled. I would be drilling that barrel out in time. The hat looks pretty good, and that looks like a really good scale for your normal 118. A tad small unless they've got a small head, but for Cobra Commander that will look great, except it's got a peg in the top. And the wheel looks pretty good scale too. You want to make a boat, that would be a good start for your boat as well. Okay, it's got a skull and crossbones on the front. It does make for a nice pirate. You can get your nice pirate skeleton army going on here too as well, which is quite cool. So my last one, I'm actually hoping for more accessories, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the, it's the luminous, it appears. Luminous skeleton, same as the other one I saw, so I won't be opening that at the moment. All in all, this is pretty good. I've got everything, so I'm quite happy. Some of the skeletons, like the blue and the luminous, I'll probably be painting, and I'll be dry brushing and painting up the black one too, and adding this to the future. Always, you can't have enough skeletons. For your dios, they're great. For doing fantasy, they're great. Even sci-fi, they're great, you know. I'm really happy with this, the lamp, both the swords, the goblets, all the hats, the pistol, and the hook hand. I'll look at these again in a second. The cannons, disappointing. They would actually work better with a smaller scale. In fact, let me have a quick look over here. If I get an Acid Rain B25 figure, I'll put this somewhere in the suggested videos over here. That will work better with him, you know. That is a far more in scale with him, and even compared to him, it's a tad small as well. Okay, so let's look at the hook hand and the musket. So, hook hand is just you take out the hand, and because it's on a ball joint, you push in the ball, and it should be that. Should be, he says. Okay, now you've got a hook hand pirate skeleton. Or. But that looks too big for him, but that would be perfect for, say, somebody like Ryu, who's quite big, but you'd have to modify the hook to fit. He might actually fit this. Yeah, it doesn't quite fit, but that looked quite cool in Ryu having a hook hand. So that hook is pretty nice to get as well. But, you know, you could just go to a normal sort of cheap shop and find some sort of wall hooks that do the job the same. Let me put the skeleton's hand back in, and we'll look at the pistol. I will use Cobra Commander again. Hopefully his hands are suitable for this pistol. The musket pistol, this is really quite nice. And the handle's a bit bigger this time, so Cobra Commander will hold it well. Aha! Pistol is good. You could do a little bit of paint app extra to the pistol, just got a bit of gold paint on there. Drill the barrel bit, and that look really, really quite nice. So again, treasure chest, fantastic, though could do some weathering. Barrel, really good, and that's easy to copy. The steering wheel for the boat. For a smaller boat, the size is a bit small, but still that's not bad. The hats, you have to cut the peg out, otherwise you can only use them with heads with holes in, like the skeletons are good. Pistol is nice. Hook is nice, but you can just buy some sort of cheap hooks in a cheap shop and they do the same job if I'm small enough. The swords are great. The goblets are small, but they work really well despite that. And the lantern's good, just that the cannons are too small. And the skeleton's pretty good. The articulation, if you look at that again, if you've not seen my other videos, left and right, up and down. Jaw does it as well. There's a side to side. Shoulder doesn't go very far, and it will pop out if you do. Just like that, and like that. Elbow gets over 90 degrees. There is waist from the bottom, including forwards, backwards, side to side. Hips don't go very far, they will pop out. But forwards and backwards will be perfect for splits. Single knee joint. And again, it's going to pop out if you go very far because it's a ball and joint, not even 90 degrees. And the feet are on ball joints, so they get tippy toe very nicely. They get a really good Michael Jackson, or they should get a good Michael Jackson as well. Let's have a look. I take that back. They get a pretty poor Michael Jackson. But they get the turn, and they will get side to side as well. Not bad. And a good addition to your undead or your fantasy skeleton army, etc. But they are difficult to stand unless you have a base for them. And there's no base supplied. Now there is a little casting spur on the heels, which you can just about make out, which I might be tempted to cut. It's part of the heel bone. I might experiment one and see if cutting it off makes it easier to stand them up. But all in all, nice set. Worth it for the accessories minus the cannons, though you could use them for, I guess, Warhammer. Even for Warhammer, they're a bit small. For Age of Sigma, but they're okay. A decent set, worth getting for the accessories, and if you want some undeads, great for that too. This is Awesome Match Toys signing out, saying please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back to more Awesome Match Toy videos for you. Stay happy, keep collecting, and please click on the notification icon, one shaped like a bell, to stay up to date with the latest uploads, videos, reviews, etc. Okay? Bye-bye.